as you can see, we've finished doing our 4 other petals on top of our 5 petals. And we've gone ahead and colored them. Now we're going to add our 3 little petals on top. And I'm probably going to have you stay with me the whole time through that. Since it's harder to cut off a little piece of QuikWood, I'm going to probably cut enough for either 1.5 or all 3 of these pieces, because it doesn't take that long to do them. Actually, I think I have about 1.5 here. So when we're done with this one and get ready to do the next one, we'll add another piece. My hands are getting a little bit sticky here. I'm going to dip into water, see if I like that better than the spray. Oh, it makes your QuikWood a little bit more pliable when you dip into the water. It doesn't seem to lighten your hands up a bit, so maybe if your QuikWood is starting to get, QuikCopper. Boy, it's hard to remember the difference when you start working with all these different items. Maybe if it's getting a little bit dry on you, just dampen your hands a little bit and work that into your QuikCopper. So we're going to take part of this away, and I'm going to round that out again, and now we're just doing little tiny ones. Just barely push your finger in there. Bring that to a tip, and we're going to put 3 on here this time. Kind of push that petal down on top of the other ones. Use our perforated tool to get our flowers in there. Wouldn't this be fun to do a red one for Christmas poinsettia as well? But you could do whatever color anybody has, whatever their favorite color is, you could do that for them. We're coming in with our shimmer powder, and we're going to highlight the leaf a little bit, and that's still got a lot in there, so just barely. We're kind of brushing that off. And if you get too much gold, come back over with your other color and kind of put it back on top. It's not a big deal. So I'm going to set that down right there. And I'm going to go back and I'm going to cut another little sliver of our QuikCopper off. Remove that. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to work it back into the first one that we did, because when you work it back in, remember what I said, getting all that little plastic that it sneaks in on you? There it is. But work this back in with the other piece, that way it makes the other piece more pliable as well. So we're actually going to make this into 2 little leaves here in a minute. So we're going to get the kneading done so the marbleizing is all gone. Once we've started that, see if that's pretty about the same size. We're going to roll it out again and add a little bit more of that one. Roll it out and put our little fingerprint in there again. If your finger's too big, put your little pinky in there. So remember, we only want 3 this time. So I'm going to put that guy on there, push him down just a little bit. Remember, if you don't like what you did, just come in and remove it. I'm going to give him all those little flower veins, and he lifted up a little bit. Well, that's good to know. In case you have that happen, you just put it back down again. As long as he didn't lose his shape. If he lost his shape, roll him back into his ball and start all over. We're going to put our purple shimmer on him. And then the gold. Just to highlight it. Now we're going to come back in here. And the thing I'm setting my ornament on is just my lid for my spray. You can use something like that there to hold it for you if you want to, because it comes a little bit top heavy. And that helps hold that. And we put that last little petal in here. And it's okay if petals are different sizes. This one's bigger than this one, but have you ever looked at a flower? Especially like poinsettias or things like that. They're all different sizes. I think this copper the QuikCopper would be really fun to make a rose with, make an antique-ish looking rose. It's one of the things I want to do next. I think that would be a lot of fun. So we're going to get that purple shimmer in there, then we're going to highlight it with the gold. Put that gold in. And a little bit in that center part. Whew, that was too much again. You can see why I like to bring it into my lid, because every once in a while it just gets away from you. Alright, so we've got those all done. Now I'm going to show you something, how I do mine just a little bit different. We're going to bring our bead cap over. We're making our hanger. And we're doing it while our clay or our QuikCopper is still wet, because we actually want to make it part of the ornament. And I just want to figure out how long I want mine on. I like my hangers a little bit longer than most people. If you're ever trying to hang it on a tree, it can be kind of a pain. Move that out of the way without it messing up my powders. I'm going to get rid of my purple one, so let's get it out of the way so you don't get into it, because then we're going to do our leaves as well. But while this top part is wet, we're going to go ahead and do this. And I'm just going to do a knot and pull it. And I'm going to trim this little part so it doesn't come through the bead. And we're just going to simply lace it through the bead cap. You have to kind of push it to a point to get it to go through there. And we've got it going through there. And see how I trim those ends? You don't want those to hang out after you do that. Now I'm just going to give it extra security. And this is E6000 that I'm gluing it on with. E6000 is a superior glue. You can glue glass to glass, rock to rocks, all of those really hard projects. And I'm just going to put a little bit in there. Less is better, and then I wipe it around so I don't have any sticking out. And then what we're going to do is we're simply going to take our ornament, and it should still be pliable, and we're going to make that the center of our flower. And we're going to let that dry just for a moment and just push it down into that flower. So we've got our hanger on, and you might want to make sure that it's kind of balanced. Just kind of lift it up and just make sure that it's a little bit balanced there as we do. And I'm going to leave that for a couple of minutes. On E6000 you probably want to be a little bit, watch it a little bit when it starts to dry. They tell you it has about 10-15 minutes that you kind of just want to watch it and kind of hold it, because it takes it 24 hours to dry and cure all the way. But if you have this down in the clay good enough, if you have a big enough thing of clay, the clay holds it into shape as well and makes it easier. Now on this one I didn't have as much clay as I would have liked to there to hold that bead cap, so I'm just going to give that a couple of minutes to dry, and then we're going to come back and show you the final part of the green leaves on the edges or the sides of the flower as well.